Feeling good. I went drinking last night, you guys. I drank myself special. Anybody ever done that? Special? Like, I drank myself so special. So special. This morning when I woke up, I went to the grocery store to buy hangover food. I walked out with a part-time job as a bag girl. It's kind of chilly in here. I'm not going to lie. I had to put on my jacket. But I want to be clear. I always want to be clear about this. This is not real leather. Okay, no animals were harmed in making up my wardrobe. Kids were. And sweatshops are the worst. You know, they don't even give those kids smoke breaks. Not at all. They work their little fingers to the bone all day. You know what we pay them? 1 sticker on the chart. That's how we pay them. I'm happy to be here. My name is Heather Turman, as she said. And I've never really liked my name. Like, that's not a very strong name. Kind of boring, right? But then I did meet somebody named Heather Dorkson, and I was like, okay, it could be worse. Reminded me of my grandma. She actually had a friend named Dorcas. My grandma had a friend named Dorcas, you guys. I always felt really bad for her. I was like, people probably made fun of her, you know? Probably called her Dorcas. I think when you hear, when you hear my name, like, you know I'm white. I think that's kind of a fair assessment to make, right? Heather Turman, can tell. I think you can tell that about anybody's race, or anybody's ethnicity, their background when you hear their name. I was on the phone with my bank recently, and the lady introduced herself as LaDasha. So I asked her how to spell it, because I wanted to call and complain, and she said that it was L-A-A, okay? Real name. So I knew she wasn't white, you know? Well, because if she were, it would be La Hyphena, right? All in good fun. I just got off the road as well. I went on kind of a long tour. When you drive across the country, I'm sure many of you have done this, you inevitably drive through, you know, parts of the country that's like nothing, and then one house out by a mountain, right? And like, you know, nobody normal lives there. You know what I mean? It's impossible. What are they, like a good member of the community? No. Killed the community. You know what I mean? So I was with 2 other comedians. We were driving, and sure enough, small, like nothing, one house out by a mountain. And I say, oh my gosh, I know all about. I watch Investigation Discovery. Okay, I know that those people eat people for breakfast. There's dead bodies in their shed. One of the comics with me, she's very sweet. She turns to me and says, Heather, just because they're different than us doesn't mean we should assume the worst. That's what she says to me. And it really struck. I was like, you know what? She's right. You know, like, thank God for her, because like, if this were a horror movie, she would die first. You know? And that's who you want to travel on tour with, you guys. Somebody to die first. It was an all-gay tour, actually. I am gay. And it's funny when people find that out. They're always like, I didn't know you were gay. I'm like, really? I didn't know you weren't. Nice haircut. Like, this guy came up to me after a show once, for real, and he was like, oh, I didn't know you were lesbian. I thought being a lesbian was reserved for ugly chicks. That's what he told me. I know. I was offended. So I was like, well, I know you're straight, because being hot's reserved for gay men. Thank you. Came out to my family not too long ago. My mom did not take it well, like, at all. Like, growing up, I was the favorite. I had all these cute nicknames like Sweet Pea and Peanut. Now it's Lezo Bitch. I don't know how to deal with that, you know? Because Lezo isn't even a real term. It's Leslie or Lesbo, right? I'm like, Mom, if you're going to be derogatory, use the right words. I have a girlfriend. I have a wonderful girlfriend. Been together a while. We're kind of I'm a comedian. And she's a social worker, which, you know, we're in poverty. But she'll... Thank you. She'll come home and she'll be like, how was your day? And I'm like, terrible. Nobody laughed at my jokes. How was yours? She's like, 4 people died. So she's just a huge downer, you guys. Just one huge downer. Like, it's actually hard dating somebody who does, like, something, like, all she does every day is give, give, give. very selfless, just give to others, which is actually hard on me because then she comes home and she is so selfish in bed. Like, she cannot do one more thing for someone else. You guys are great. It's true. I have to say, she is really supportive. I'm lucky in that. Like, somebody to be supportive of a comedy career, it's a hard thing to deal with. It's a different lifestyle. But I told her recently, 'cause she's super supportive. I was like, listen, I care more right now. I'm putting a lot into comedy. I care more right now about being considered good on Twitter than I care about being considered good in bed. And she was like, yeah, I can tell. I know. It's okay, though. Sometimes we've been together a while. I don't know if any of you have been in long relationships, but sometimes I get a little worried I'm a little codependent. My girlfriend was going to go out of town recently, and this, like, right before she left, I was like, oh my God, I'm actually looking forward to this. I'm really excited. I'm gonna start that book I've been wanting to read, gonna go to the gym, gonna work on comedy. The second she walked out the door, I curled up into a ball on the couch and didn't move for 3 days. So I Googled codependency, had to Google it. And turns out there is a group you can go to, Codependents Anonymous, which is a group, people who depend on each other, not to depend on other people. So it sounds incredibly productive. I am out of time, you guys. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you.